Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a quick guide on how to kill Mogres as a level 3 with the sailing combat. Now this account is my original account, just the regular Canines account, so it is not an Ironman, but this guide will be Ironman friendly. You can follow along if you are an Ironman. It's pretty simple, safe, and straightforward. I am going to be buying a new boat and assuming that you just have the requirements, the bare minimum requirements to do this method, which I believe is level 40 sailing as well as I believe 32 Slayer. I think you do need the Slayer level, but like as far as I know you need the Slayer level and the mini quest done to do this. I can't test it because obviously I'm 58 Slayer on this account. My other account is like 56 Slayer, so I don't have an account I could test if I could do it without the Slayer level. But I do believe you do need the 32 Slayer to complete this method, as well as what I said earlier, 40 sailing is the bare minimum for sailing. I went ahead and bought a new boat. If you want to go ahead and upgrade your boat to the highest max that you can, with 40 sailing, here's the items you'll need. So you'll need 16 bronze nails, 8 bronze bars, 3 teak planks, 300 steel nails, 10 teak hole parts, 10 lead bars, 10 steel keel parts, 6 steel bars, 20 swamp tar, and 4 regular planks. This is just going to upgrade the boat to the maximum you can have at level 40 sailing. These Mogres are pretty weak and pretty easy, so you can definitely get away with not upgrading it this much, but I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade it to the 40 sailing max, just because I feel like all these items are pretty easily obtainable for any account. The hardest one for Ironman would be probably the teak hole parts, but I did that on my Ironman. It was very easy and quick and not too difficult at all. So those are the requirements. 40 sailing. These items, like I said, you can get away with other items if you want to just do the bare minimum non-upgraded boat with just a bronze cannon. You can definitely do that, but you do need the bronze cannon guaranteed. So I'm going to go ahead and show all the upgrades I'm going to make and then go over some of the other requirements and tell you how you can do this method. Upon a little investigation, I was wrong earlier when I was showing you all the materials that I would use. I'd go ahead and add 5 bolts of cloth, 10 teak logs, and 40 steel nails just to go ahead and upgrade the sails here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the teak. The oak ones work as well. The reason for this is, if I quickly leave here, when you come down here to the temper, tantrum, Barracuda trials, when you're in this light blue water here around the temper storm, you do take damage without the sail upgrade. So go ahead and upgrade your sails once or twice, just whichever one you have easier access to. Again, it's a pretty low requirement. I think it's like 36 sailing or something, but go ahead and just do that before you set sail for the Mogres. So the first and only hard boat upgrade that is absolutely required is the bronze cannon. This cannon is the lowest level you can do. I believe it's at 28 sailing there, and it can only be built here. The reason I'm using a skiff instead of a sloop for this is because you unlock the sloop at 50 sailing, so it's a little bit higher of a requirement, and you can definitely get away with just using one cannon if you want. That is the lowest requirement possible, so that is what we're going to be doing. The next upgrade we're going to be going after is the steel helm here. This one is absolutely not required, but it'll just help with a little, what is it, like whirlpool resistance? Rapid resistance. Will just help a little if you run into any rapids. Again, this one is 100% not required, but I may as well just max out this boat to the max that someone with level 40 sailing would have. Next up, we're going to go ahead and build the steel keel, which gives us a little bit more hit points and armor, which is going to be helpful for tanking the Mogres hits. Like I said earlier, the Mogres don't hit very high, but you may as well max out your boat the most that you can. Obviously, the more you max it out and give it better upgrades, the less damage you're going to take and the faster kills will be. So go ahead and throw on that steel keel if you so feel like it. It will help out with the defense. And here is the last upgrade we're going to be making, is going to be the teak hole. Again, this just gives you some extra HP as well as some speed, which isn't needed. We're going to be skipping upgrading the sails because we don't need any extra speed for this method, but the base HP and defense upgrades from the things we did will be very nice. So that is the final upgrade on our boat. We don't really need to upgrade the cargo hull or anything, I believe. And now I think we need to go grab some of the items we're going to require for this method and then go ahead and get on out on the seas. So first up, we need to go ahead and grab some repair kits to fix any damage that we take. So go ahead and head back to the boat upgrading place. Go ahead and run over here to Shipwright Seb, and you can just grab some basic repair kits. You won't need any more than this, I doubt, just because the Mogres hit so low, and you probably won't be there for very long. So one inventory should do fine. If you find that you need more, or you just want to take more to be safe, grab some of these, run out of the portal. It takes you right back to the shipyard. Hop on your boat and put them in your cargo hole. I'm not going to do that because I feel like this should be fine, but this is the first item I would recommend grabbing. Also, if you've done salvaging before, you can just go ahead and use whatever you got from salvaging if you kept them. So this is just an easy way to grab some free, mostly free repair kits. Next up, we need to grab some cannonballs. So go ahead and come over here just south of Port Piscarius, and you will find Port Roberts. Once you get to Port Roberts, if you haven't already, run over here and tag this sailor's marker thingy. It unlocks the teleport on your sailor's amulet, so you can come back here anytime. So once you unlock that, you can just click Port Roberts, and it'll bring you back here automatically. Once you're at Port Roberts, just go ahead and run over here to the west and trade Iron Bill. And when you're here, just go ahead and buy all the bronze cannonballs. Now for this method, as we're using a bronze cannon, because it's the only cannon we can use at level 40 sailing, you're going to want to only have bronze cannonballs. You can't use higher tier cannonballs in your cannon, I don't believe. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference because the Mogres, like I said, have such low defense and stats that bronze cannonballs should be more than enough to go ahead and get kills. So these are the only two items I would strongly recommend. You don't need food or anything. Just make sure that your boat is upgraded, you've got these items, and really you should be ready to go. And this right here is where the 40 sailing requirement comes from. You have to be 40 sailing to do this as a level 3 skiller because you need to be able to recruit Jobless Jim, who you unlock at 40 sailing. As you can see here, he's got helmsmanship, privateering, and deck handiness. For this method, all that matters really is the privateering. That is what cannon you can use. So at level 1 privateering, you can only use a bronze cannon. At level 2 privateering, you can use iron or steel. At level 3, you can use, I think, mithril or adamant. And then at level 4, you can use rune or dragon. Like I said, for this method, I'm going to be assuming you have the lowest required stats possible, which is going to be 40 sailing, so we're only able to use the bronze cannon currently because that's all our crewmate can use. Once you go ahead and unlock some of these higher tier crewmates, definitely go ahead and use them. There are some, like I believe Jolly Jim can use rune. I believe it's Jolly Jim. No, it's Jittery Jim can use rune and dragon cannons, so he's going to be the best in slot for skillers. And then you've got like Adventurer Ada who can use steel cannons. And I believe the ex-captain, yep, the ex-captain can use steel cannons as well. But for this method, we only have one cannon, and so we're going to be recruiting Jobless Jim to go ahead and use the cannon for us. Alright everyone, so now your boat is upgraded. You've got your teak hull, your teak sails, your steel helm and steel keel. You've got Jobless Jim on your boat ready to go. You've got your cannonballs and your repair kits, so now it's time to actually head down to the Mogres. So what you're going to want to do is come down here southwest, right next to the Karazi jungle on Karamja. The Mogres are somewhere down here along the shoreline. Just follow the shoreline west and you will find them. Right, so now you're here, you've found the Mogres, and you're ready to start killing them. Like I said, just below the Karazi jungle in the Karazi Strait on the, I'd say, west side, southwest side of Karamja. So before you do anything, you want to go ahead and assign Jobless Jim to the cannon. This is the only spot where you could gain combat XP. Do not operate the cannon yourself. It will give you range XP. If you have your crewmates operate it, you get no range XP at all. But if you click operate on the bronze cannon, you will gain range XP, so go ahead and not do that. Then you want to come over to your cargo hold and just go ahead and throw in some cannonballs. You can only put 2,000 at a time, but once you put in your cannonballs, you can see he's kind of leaned over on the cannon. He will reload automatically for you, so at this point you don't really have to worry about anything except watching your boat health. And at this point you can go ahead and start killing Mogres. Alright, so just for a little bit of extra safety, I would also recommend bringing like a bow or a crossbow with no ammo, just to be extra safe. You can't attack the Mogres when you're in the water unless you have ammo on or like staff with magic equipped. But just to be safe, go ahead and bring a bow with no ammo if you're worried about getting any combat XP at all. I'm going to go ahead and just walk you through a kill, so you want to make sure your cannon is facing that side, and he should be able to attack. Yep. So I'll pull these on. If they go too far, you'll have to get closer. If you want, you can get into a spot where you can like aggro on them. So let's go ahead and attack this one instead. Boom, as you can see, he goes ahead and attacks the cannon. I'll sit here and just wait for this kill to go through. It looks like with the bronze cannon it is pretty inaccurate, but again, this is just the minimum requirements. As you level up and do higher tier cannons and ship upgrades and stuff, it becomes a lot easier. But as you can see, this Mogre has hit me, I don't know, like 6 or 7 times and hasn't done a single bit of damage, which is really nice. The Mogres are super inaccurate. As you can see here as well, you only gain sailing XP when your crewmate is operating the cannon. As you can see, it's just a little tiny bit of sailing XP, but there is no range XP with this method. Again, if you use the operate bronze cannon, you will gain range XP, and level 3 skillers can actually operate the bronze cannon. So do not operate the bronze cannon is what I'm trying to say. You will gain range XP and ruin your account if you are a skiller, like a defense pure or a no range account for some reason. Do not operate the cannon. So there you go, Jobless Jim. And once the Mogre is dead, go ahead and just click Harvest, and boom, there you go. Do not bury your big bones on accident. I suggest going here and swapping the left click to drop so you don't accidentally gain any prayer XP. And whenever you're ready, just move your boat in position to attack another one. Alright, so now I want to compare the bronze cannon with the steel cannon. So the only upgrades I've made to the boat are I've upgraded to the steel cannon, which I believe is 47 sailing, and I upgraded to the ex-captain Syad, which again I believe is 50 plus the tourist trap quest. Very possible, pretty easy quest for level 3 skills to get done. There is a little mini boss fight in there, but it is nothing too serious. So let's go ahead and try and see how this compares to the bronze cannon. So just for reference, I believe the bronze cannon took about 3 minutes to get the kill, and this one, let's say we started at 1 hour, 3 minutes, and like 15 seconds or something. So we will go off that. We're coming up on, I believe, just about 2 minutes, and it's almost dead. So the steel cannon plus the ex-captain is about, let's say, a minute faster than the bronze cannon. So you're still looking at 2 to 3 minutes per kill. But really, that is much faster than the old method. So as we come up on the last hit here, boom, there it is. I got no range XP from that, from having my crewmates use it. Let's go ahead and just harvest it. Maybe I'll get lucky with a Mogre hat. Nope. But like I said, go ahead and entity swap the big bones. So if you hold shift and right click, go ahead and turn it to drop. So you just drop them automatically and don't accidentally bury them. But yeah, that is basically how you kill Mogres. So guys, that is going to be the guide. Thank you so much for watching. I had a few people request this in-game as well as in YouTube comments, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it. If you have any other sailing specific monsters you want to see if level 3s can kill easily, go ahead and drop them in the comments and I will do my best to get to them. I've got a few that I'm going to be grinding out soon as my other account is done with the great white sharks, of course. But yeah, that is the level 3 new Mogre killing method. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like, maybe a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.